all of you are parents as superheroes when we're young. Our little minds can imagine no greater feat than the things that parents do for us every day, with everything that they gave us that we either wanted or needed. Our respect for them grew every day. For many, that feeling goes away with age as we pick new superheroes. But for some, that feeling just grows and matures with age and becomes something else entirely. As you may have guessed, I am definitely the latter type of person. Even now, at 18 years old, I am still finding that my mother, Jen Stein-Hauptman, is my hero. I've known this woman for 18 years of my life, all 18 years of it. So I don't think you can get much more personal than that. And I feel pretty qualified to talk about all of the ways in which she is worthy of praise. In this speech, I will commemorate Jen Stein-Hauptman by discussing these three main points with you all. I'll give you a brief overview of her life so far. I'll discuss her compassion for people and animals alike, and I will talk about her efforts to teach the next generation. I would first like to give you a brief overview of Jen's life so far, just so you can get to know her a little more. She was born on May 18th, 1977, adopted by Fred and Annette Lehman of Lake Nebagamon, Wisconsin. For context, that isn't even a town, it is a village, and at the time it had a population of about 700 people. Even now, its population is only 1,000. She was born first, and she has three younger siblings. The first is Nick, and the second and third are twins, Luke and Katie. Because she was born in Wisconsin and raised in the middle of nowhere, essentially, she was taught to hunt with a rifle from a young age, though she didn't particularly care for it. Much later in her life, she got a Master's of Fine Arts in Poetry from George Mason University, and now works as a freelance editor and is also a published poet in various anthologies such as Rogue Agent. She also has two kids, me, A. Stein, and Julia Stein, who's 16, as well as 5 cats. Now that we know Jen better, I'd like to talk about 2 jobs that she has held that are a fantastic representation of her character. The first is Catherine Hanley Family Shelter. She worked there for about 4 years as a career counselor, and what she did was she especially worked with immigrant families who needed housing and sustainable work, and she helped so many people. And when I talked to her about this, she said it was the most taxing thing that she'd ever done, but also the most rewarding. While at the shelter, she also started a program where every week someone would come in and read to the kids of the shelter and play with them so that their parents could look for work. I was one of the people that came in and read, and it was beautiful to see the things that she had done for the kids of the shelter. The second is, along with a friend, she helped to found the branch of Fetch Pet Care in Fairfax, Virginia. Fetch Pet Care is a franchise, a national franchise now, that hires pet sitters and dog walkers to take care of people's pets while they're out of towns. They basically fill the role of boarding in a shelter. She doesn't work with them anymore, but she still raises money for them and sends money whenever she can. Her love for animals also has not diminished as she pet sits and fosters all the time, especially cats. 2 of her cats are foster failures because she just decided she loves them so much. After leaving Fetch and the shelter, Jen found Temple Rodef Shalom in 2012 and has been teaching there ever since. She teaches 2 grades. She teaches 4th grade Hebrew, basic Hebrew, just the letters, the vowels, and basic words that you might see in the Torah, as she helps them prepare for their bat mitzvahs, the Jewish coming-of-age ceremony, basically. The more important one, the one that is her favorite, is 5th grade ethics. Specifically ethics of Judaism. The units that she teaches are all of her own creation, and include things like kindness to animals, social justice, environmental stewardship, and charity, or tzedakah, which loosely translated means justice, and she teaches 5th graders every Sunday even now when she has to teach them over Zoom calls, because that is her passion. Aside from poetry, that is what she loves to do. Whether she's working at a shelter or for fetch or at the temple, Jen is a woman of so much compassion that it is difficult to describe it. I would need much more than 7 minutes to extol all of my mother's virtues to you all. But as it currently is, I just want to talk about the fact that she is the best woman that I have ever met. And I know that I'm probably quite biased considering that she is my mom, but she is an everyday hero. She inspires me to be more kind and caring and do more to help the world every day. In this speech, I have discussed with you, I have given you a brief overview of Jen's life so far. I've talked about her compassion for people and animals alike, and I've discussed her efforts to teach the next generation. I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes of hers. She told me this when I was struggling in high school. It's basically a version of trying things and failing is better than not trying them at all. It goes like this: half-assing things, hell, even quarter-assing things is better than not assing them at all. Thank you.